It's very vitally important that publicity is given to the plan to take bikinis off the beaches and put letterboxes on them instead.
Can you elaborate?
Well, Muslim women aren't allowed to be women. They have to dress in a manner so as not to promote the insane sexual appetites of Muslims.
So you're saying an attire simply as the one that I'm donning this evening could eventually disappear from the Australian way of life? So you believe it's a security issue as well?
Yeah, there is a security issue. So much so that even in Malaysia, which is a Muslim country, they're not allowed to wear them.
They can only have the headscarf?
Yeah, they can only have the headscarf.
Not the actual full niqab?
Yeah, I mean, at times men have even been posing as women inside these things, and they can be terrorists or they can be perverts or whatever.
They can't enjoy the sunshine.
Well, I'm a little hot and it's a bit skimpy out. Gee.
Well, I mean, let's be real. This is the Gold Coast. It's hardly a cold climate, you know. We don't have to dress for snow. So we don't have to dress for the 7th century. So Tom Tate is trying to pull the Gold Coast back to the vision of his bankers, which is really a repressive society. And we don't think that's a good thing.
How do you think the Islamification of the Gold Coast would change our Australian way of life?
Well, if it brings out a lot more people who apply in society here the values of their own countries, particularly in their treatment of women, that's a problem. Women are 50% of the population. They are second-class citizens in Islam. That's part of the story. But also, the more of these people that you get, the more pressure you have to make our society conform with Sharia law.
I just worry about the fact that they're trying to infiltrate our country and bring in Sharia law, and I'm dead against it.
In Pakistan recently, a man was found holding a Bible, so his hand was burnt off him while it was still attached to him. Recently in Dubai, a woman was raped, and she served 5 years for adultery. The rapists received nothing.
I'm the Secretary of the Freedom and Heritage Society of Australia, and I need to say we are not here to say we hate Muslims. It's absolutely not true. We have a positive agenda to affirm and defend our own society and our own culture and our civilization, and we don't want concessions made to an alien culture which will cause us to give more and more and more on a one-sided basis.
We're just having a discussion on the meeting this evening on Mayor Tom Tate's proposal to make the Gold Coast more Islam-friendly.
Totally against it, don't want to see it. It's not for Australia, not for the Gold Coast.
Why is that?
Well, we have different ways of life. I don't think they're going to integrate too well into the society, and, you know, they're problematic worldwide.
Problematic worldwide. Could you give me a little bit more of a description, an example there? What are you drawing off?
Well, not every Muslim's a terrorist, but every terrorist seems to be a Muslim.
Political Islam, and I know the doctrines in the Islamic scriptures very well. Political Islam is about a totalitarian system which doesn't want to share the world, it wants to be the world. And I don't believe that Mayor Tom Tate is particularly religiously concerned in this. I think he's motivated more than anything else by the big dollar signs that are flashing over the idea of far more people coming in here with lots of money.
I think the wonderful thing for Mayor Tate sounds like his backstreet and behind-the-scenes deals with the Qataris. Now, the Qatari people, the bankers, are known to be financing this jihad action in Syria and in Iraq. So that means that Qatari money is directly behind the jihad in Syria and Iraq. So if the same bankers are sponsoring the jihad and Mr. Tate's meeting with them, what's on his agenda?
My parents came to this country as refugees after spending 6 months in a tent in the Philippines. We did it the right way. We came in without any handouts. Dad had a 2-year contract to fulfil with the railways, and I think if people come here, they should assimilate. My parents assimilated, we assimilated, we were encouraged to assimilate. So I think it's very wrong to have groups that will not assimilate, that want to bring their laws in, want to bring their problems in.
You look at Europe, and it's really spreading like a like a virus.
And you don't want to see that happen here in Australia?
It's already started here. For example, we've got halal meat pies at the schools. The children can't say Merry Christmas anymore, right? So they're creeping in bit by bit by bit. And they say they're Muslims are, what they say, they're peaceful, until they become 1.5% of the population. Then they start making demands on the local councils, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
There's no food that's not halal on Qantas flights these days.
Well,
do you think that there's going to be a time when the Gold Coast is a halal environment?
It's already here. There's one at Labrador. You know, there's...
And the proposal to build new mosques?
Don't want to see it. Not here.
Most people out there in the general community do not understand that a mosque is not the same as a Christian church or a Hindu or a Buddhist temple or a synagogue or something like that. It is above all a political control centre, because Islam is not just about personal spirituality. It is about far more than that. Islam is a total way of life. And a lot of the things which in our society we regard as matters of personal choice or even personal morality, Islam says, no, we've got the right to control what you say and do. That's unacceptable.
And your message to Tom Tate, should he be listening?
Tom, don't do it. Please don't do it. There's a lot of people that are dead against it, and I dare say it'll cost you your position.
Because we vote for mayors, we vote for councillors, we can vote them in and we can vote them out. One thing we don't want to be left with is all their problems.
Once again, another push for Tom Mayor's job. There's currently a petition on change.org. Have you signed that yet?
Not yet, but I will be.
You'll jump online. Would you urge others to do the same?
Sure.
And what would your message be to the citizens of the Gold Coast regarding this change? What can they do to help actively speak up or prevent it should they wish, in a peaceful manner?
I would just say sign the petition, get on board. This is going to get worse before it gets better, and we need to keep the Gold Coast and Australia the way it is for our kids.
Well, what would you say to the people out there that perhaps take your views as racist?
Well, it's got nothing to do with race. It's just a matter of having a free and open way of life. If people come to Australia and they're happy to become Australians, well, good luck to them. Doesn't matter where they come from.
They don't like it here. They can go back to their own country and build millions of mosques if they want to. This is Australia. Keep Australia Australians. We can't.
And there you have it, guys.
You're watching me
on Aussie Beach TV.
Aussie Beach TV. You're watching Aussie Beach TV.